Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Welcome. My name is Linda. What I have for you today is a relationships reading. It doesn't have to be a love reading. It can be any type of relationship you're having that you want to have a little check-in on and get some insight in. So while I'm shuffling, please send your energy into the cards so I can get really clear, tailored messages for you. I'm using the Voyager deck today. This is a timeless reading, so it's not only relevant at the date that it's uploaded. So if you're finding this channel and this reading much later, then still watch. Feel free. You'll definitely find information here that's relevant if this reading is meant for you. If it's not, just turn it off. So I'm going to put the cards down in a second and give you the placements, and let's get started. One more shuffle, actually. I don't like it when the shuffle kind of doesn't go smoothly like that. There we go. Alright, so the first card here is how you see yourself. 8 of Crystals reversed. How you see them. Woman of Crystals reversed. How they see themselves. 6 of Crystals reversed. How they see you. 2 of Wands upright. The energy that's between you. The 6 of Cups. The energy that is challenging is the 9 of Pentacles. The energy that's crowning that's between you is the 7 of Cups. And the potential outcome is the Sun in reverse. Okay, this is very interesting. So just the one major arcana card here in the spread is coming out in the outcome of the Sun. So how I'm seeing this is that there is some emotional difficulties going on between you and this person. I feel like communication is difficult, clearly. You have 3 swords cards in the reading and they're all in reverse. There's 2 kind of heavy cup cards at the center of the reading there. So it feels like there's some complicated and troubling communication that needs to occur right now. Long story short, if you're hoping to get to the point before too long, the outcome is good. Like, I feel like you guys are going to work it out. But there is some troubling and complicated energies that you need to work through at the moment. I feel like the energy between the two of you is very, like, there's a very close bond. You're very close with each other. This may or may not be a romantic relationship, as I said in the introduction. I have a feeling for some people watching, this is a close friend. This is 2 female friends. That's what I'm feeling here for some of you. So in general, in the energy of your side of the reading, you may be feeling like you're coming out of a difficult time where you've been feeling disempowered, and maybe you're starting to grow a little bit in confidence. And that issue around empowerment may or may not have anything to do with this other person specifically, but somehow it's connected to the way you're relating. So your current situation, or your maybe a previous entanglement with someone was very disempowering, but you grew through it. and you're learning to become a little bit more empowered, and somehow that energy is now triggering this other person, another person, a different person. So the way that you see yourself is this 8 of Swords reversed. So coming into a time where you're feeling a little bit more empowered after realizing that maybe you were putting yourself in a position where other people could maybe take advantage of you, or maybe you were giving up your energy in a way because you were wanting to support someone in a certain way, but in the end they ended up taking advantage, something like that. The way you're seeing them is the Queen of Swords reversed. So either you don't feel like this person is being honest with you, 1, or 2, you don't feel like they actually are able to communicate clearly for whatever reasons. Or also, you may not feel that the person you're dealing with is very discerning or very, honest, basically. Now, how they see themselves is the 6 of Crystals in reverse. They are maybe having a hard time letting go of something, whether or not that's you. They are coming out of a time of confusion as well. So where you're coming out of a time of disempowerment, they're coming out of a time of confusion and dissatisfaction in something. But how they see you is this 2 of Wands. Like, they feel like you need to make a decision. So maybe this person seeing you as someone who's coming out of a time of feeling disempowered and now feeling a little bit more empowered, they might be kind of leaning back a little bit and waiting for you to make a decision. They're actually feeling a little bit disempowered now, to be honest. And maybe that's what you're seeing in them as the Queen of Swords in reverse. They might not be honest with you about how they feel. They might be holding back in communicating, waiting for you to say something to express your thoughts and feelings so that they can move forward based on your decision rather than theirs, if that makes sense. Now, the energy between you, Six of Cups, and the crowning card, the energy that's governing, like that's kind of overriding, overreaching the reading, Seven of Cups, and the challenging energy is Nine of Pentacles. Like I said, there is a close bond between you, Six of Cups. Like there is like an energy of familiarity, like you know this person, you've known them for a while perhaps, or there's like a past life connection or some kind of deep bond between you. But there's something difficult at the moment that you're both, that's complicated, that is making you both feel a little bit challenged with each other. It's not competitiveness exactly, but it's like something about each of your own personal struggle at the moment is somehow playing out and triggering the other person. It's like you're both growing together. Clearly, like I said, there's a deep bond here. There's like a close connection with this person that's over time, right? There's something about longevity also in this reading. And somehow, like you're both going through some growing pains at the moment where you're learning a bit more about self-love and self-confidence and self-care. And maybe the other person, maybe both of you are being a little bit triggered by each other. Maybe both or one of you thinks the other person is being conceited or selfish at the moment. Maybe there's a bit of an energy of like, not like I said, it's not competitive, but it's almost like the other person or you feel as if you're not getting as much energy or time from the other person as you used to, because now they're a little bit more involved in their own story and they're less concerned with you, and vice versa. I think you're both also figuring out who you are right now. There's a little bit of delusion, maybe some uncertainty around the person you're growing into and how you're changing in life and what you're evolving into, and how that affects the relationships that you have that are already existing and ongoing. There's a bit of that energy in this reading with the Seven of Cups, like some uncertainty, like with the growing pains that you're both experiencing. Yeah, with Nine of Pentacles as the crossing card here, this is the card that is challenging the relationship. Like I said, there's this feeling of individuals being a little bit more selfish or more self-oriented at this time, maybe focus more on your own satisfaction, on your own self-love, on your own self-care, on your own self-confidence, and that might be leaving either or person feeling a bit shunned or left out or ignored or unattended to, or something like that. But that's actually a really key component to this reading, actually arriving to this energy where the sun is the outcome. It's important that individuals do focus their time and energy on that self-love, self-nurturing, self-confidence, because without that, the relationship doesn't really stand a chance. So like I said, there's complicated energy in this reading, but like I said, I feel that because there is a long established connection with this person, you've been through bumpy parts of the relationship before and survived. I feel like this is another example of that, where this may be a rough patch, but you're both dedicated to growing together, and the love is definitely there. There may be some, like I said, disillusionment at the moment with the way you're interacting with each other, but it's because you're both in this intensified growth spurt where you're coming through some difficult and challenging experiences that are forcing you to grow and to change and to look at yourself differently and to figure out what you need to shift and adjust within your own complex psyche that will help you relate better, not only to this person but to others in general. So I feel that, like, even though there's no cards in this reading that really say this, I feel like a little bit of space from each other would actually be really beneficial at this time. To just give each other a little bit of room to explore this self-confidence and self-love that may be kind of a new concept for each of you. You know, I feel like both of the people in this reading have been the kind of person that's been very caring and nurturing and concerned with other people for like a lot. And maybe there's like this energy where both of you are realizing, like, I need to take care of myself a little bit more than be so concerned with other people all the time. So I feel like a little bit of space would actually be beneficial for both parties, and there will be a time where you do come together again and celebrate and enjoy each other, and you know, what's the right word? Like have a good chuckle and laugh about what you've been through, and like have a good catch up and share your experiences independently, and maybe even how that experience of your own challenging and growing times has affected the way you're relating to the other person, and again vice versa. I do feel though with these three swords cards in this reading in reverse, I feel that communication is challenging at this time, and that it might actually be best to just hold back on what you feel like you need to say right now, because you might find that if you just hold your tongue for this particular moment and just wait a couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks, and see how you feel a little bit down the line, you might find that you don't actually really need to say that thing. That it was just something coming up that you've processed now on your own, and maybe it would have been incredibly hurtful and maybe even destructive to the relationship. So take a bit of space and just be in your own energy and focus on this Nine of Pentacles, because even though it's the challenging energy of this relationship, I do feel that this is the key part to these individuals actually making it through and getting to the Sun energy, where there is happiness, there is success, there is a celebration, there is laughter again. Right now it feels a little murky and a bit dark and rather complicated and maybe even unhappy, I would say. But I also get the feeling that the solution doesn't exist necessarily right here between these two individuals actually communicating those things. I feel like it's more about those individuals taking space and having a time out from each other. Not that necessarily, I actually don't feel like there is like a problem between these two people. I feel like these two people are having their own problems with other relationships, and it's the way that that energy from other relationships is feeding into the ways these two people relate to each other that just needs a bit of a timeout. I hope this is making sense. It's an odd reading. I wasn't expecting this to come out. But anyway, Sun energy is coming out as the potential outcome here. So I do feel like the possibility for a really successful resolution is there. As I said, if you follow the advice and just focus on your self-love, self-care, self-confidence independently, like just be in your own space and process the changes that are occurring without necessarily needing to hash it out with this other person. I think that if you wait a little bit and like within a short amount of time, like I said, couple days, couple weeks maybe, you'll be able to actually come together and have that moment bonded, like have a coming together moment where you are actually able to express things in a way that are elevated and a bit more evolved and more aware and conscious, without kind of having this dark energy of like, this to me feels like two people dumping their pain on the other. And that's what I would want to not see happen. I feel like you need to do your own processing in your own time and in your own space, and not with this other person. You'll have time later to come back together with them and share your experience with them in a way that helps there to be understanding between the two people, but without taking it out on the other person. That's what it feels like. What's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, Four of Wands, aspiration, and at the top, Seven of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, there will be time to celebrate later. There will be coming back together, but for now I feel like people need their space. So I hope that helped. I'm going to leave it there. I feel like that's it for this reading. Thanks for watching. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.